the Illinois Department of Natural Resources worked with federal agencies in Florida to take down a wildlife trafficking ring.
Wildlife trafficking has become one of the largest threats to hundreds of species of animals on the planet.
We had a guy in Los Angeles that brought in 2 small baby slow loris monkeys in his pants.
And also one of the most lucrative illicit trades in the world, grossing over $20 billion US annually. Since Costa Rica is very well known for its biodiversity and unique species of animals that are simply not found anywhere else, the exotic pet trade runs rampant here. It is actually the biggest threat that endangered species of animals face here. Yeah, that's right. Second to habitat loss and deforestation, the biggest threat that these beautiful animals face is the black market of pet and animal trade. And it's really dark.
I've been doing this for 24 years. I always wonder when and if it's going to stop.
Animals such as glass frogs, ocelots, squirrel monkeys, and beetles are increasingly illegally extracted from the Costa Rican rainforest to be paraded around as exotic pets, while birds, sea turtles, and butterflies are killed to turn their parts into trinkets and decor.
Owning any local species of animal here in Costa Rica is highly illegal, and Costa Rican authorities combat illicit wildlife trafficking on a daily basis. Organizations like the Humane Society International and local wildlife sanctuaries are all part of the fight to protect native animals that live here. One organization that I'm going to be visiting is called Alturus Wildlife Sanctuary, and it's here in the southern zone of Costa Rica. Alturus is a rescue, rehabilitate, and release sanctuary, which is very different from other sanctuaries that you may have visited in the past. Their primary goal is to rehabilitate injured, sick, or orphaned animals and release them back into the wild.
Alturus is located in the southern zone of Costa Rica, adjacent to the UNESCO Savegre Biosphere Reserve, which connects the Pacific coastal rainforest to the Osa Peninsula,
which is home to 6.5% of the world's total biodiversity, which is just insane. In fact, the southern zone of Costa Rica has the highest biodiversity of animals in the entire world. So if you're planning on going to Costa Rica, I highly recommend visiting this region of the country because you're pretty much guaranteed to see some incredible wildlife.
To date, the sanctuary has rescued over 200 different species of animals, including 144 species of birds, 47 species of mammals, and 20 species of reptiles.
Hi, so my name is Christina and I'm the operations manager here at Alturus Rescue Center. Basically, the aim and why the sanctuary was created is really to kind of erase the human impact that we have on our negative impact we have on wildlife. So we're a rescue center for any injured wildlife. And really what we're trying to do is basically the main reasons why we get animals here in the first case is all because of human error or because of human damage. So we're just trying to kind of give back and interfere where humans have already interfered. Some of the main reasons why we get animals here is that they're hit by cars, they're electrocuted because of electricity lines. So we try to intervene and get to the animal and rescue them. And as much as possible, we want to rehabilitate them, and we do that all on site in our clinic, and then release them back into the wild.
They also run a 24/7 veterinary clinic, which provides medical treatment for all injured wildlife. And one of the most common injuries that they see at the clinic is electrocutions, because you gotta think, monkeys see these electrical wires floating through their habitats and often mistaken them for tree branches or vines. And it's one of the main reasons why injured monkeys end up in the sanctuary.
I would say that all the animals we're dealing with are affected or threatened to a certain extent. For example, the spider monkeys that we have in the sanctuary, they're one of the most endangered animals in the country. And we've only ever received 4 spider monkeys, and we've been in operation for about 9 years now. But we do get quite a lot of felines, so ocelots, margays. We recently had actually a puma as well. Most of them, it's either that their mothers were killed like by a car and then they were left aside. But then in these last few months, we've gotten a lot of babies whose they were actually trying to sell them, and then somehow we got the police involved.
So traffickers go to extreme lengths to smuggle them out of the country.
Like, I really do not understand why people would want a stuffed crocodile or a stuffed turtle. Like, just go get some regular art like a normal person. Like, what is wrong with humans? The thing is, it's not just the pet trade. It's also things like zoos and circuses that promote and support animal abuse. And supporting these types of organizations is ultimately supporting animal abuse as well.
So the most common animals we get here, which were affected by the pet trade, definitely would be any kind of parrot species. So the number one animal is the orange-chinned parakeets, which are the tiniest ones. A lot of red lord parrots, Amazon parrots, yellow-naped Amazon parrots, and then the scarlet macaws. There's a lot of reasons why people still have these animals as pets, even though it's illegal. First of all, like, parrots live a really long life, so scarlet macaws can even live up to 70 years. But another reason is that people are still taking them from the wild because they're so intelligent, and people find it funny that, you know, you can train a parrot to talk and sing and do all of these kind of things. The second most common, I would say, are primates. Mostly it's babies actually that are taken from the wild and people try to keep them as pets. But the only good thing about that is, at least if they're babies, they have much more of a chance to be reintegrated into a troop and then eventually released. So some of the biggest challenges that wildlife in the country faces definitely comes from the illegal pet trade. So in 2012, Costa Rica made it illegal to keep any wild animal as a pet, any native wild animal as a pet. And so still, even though this is illegal, we still on a weekly basis come across confiscations, people having primarily parrots, but you also have monkeys, and people just keep taking them from the wild or else are breeding them illegally in captivity to have as pets. So that is definitely one of the biggest issues. But apart from that, it's definitely habitat destruction. So even though Costa Rica is very green, especially compared to a lot of other countries, the development is still happening, and it's actually happening at quite a fast rate now. So of course we're building highways, we're building houses, trees are being cut down, we're breaking up that connectivity between jungles. And so I would definitely say that this is one of the major causes that are affecting wildlife.
Alturus Wildlife Sanctuary is a non-profit organization, and with your support, they are able to rescue, rehabilitate, and release precious rainforest animals back into their natural homes. Your donation, no matter how big or small, goes towards supporting these animals. And it's animal lovers like you watching this video that really supports organizations like Alturus to rehabilitate, rescue, and ultimately release these animals back into their natural habitats. Your support also goes directly towards Alturus in offering educational programs for the public, which better helps to inform people on how to engage with and respect wildlife. These are just some of the ways that you can help support rainforest wildlife in Costa Rica. Volunteering at Alturus gives you the opportunity to work directly with injured primates, birds, reptiles, and mammals, and really dive into conservation programs and efforts here in Costa Rica. It's a great way to meet like-minded people and learn more about these fascinating animals. So I highly recommend considering volunteerism on your next trip to Costa Rica. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new. And if you are a wildlife nature lover, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I have left all the links to the respective organizations which I've spoken about in this video in the description down below. Make sure to say hi in the comments and let me know your favorite animal. I would love to hear about it, and maybe I will find one while I continue my adventures here in Costa Rica. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.